The rumors were true. Yes, we are getting Tifa in Street Fighter 6, and then 3 other characters that were completely new that nobody knows nothing about. If you're feeling a little bit disappointed with this announcement because there are no returning legacy characters, don't worry, I got some good news for you. And the good news is, while the Year 4 DLC announcement was made at Summer Game Fest 2026 a few hours prior to recording this video, the Year 4 announcement was not announced by this guy, and it was not the last announcement at Summer Games Fest, which means we've probably got years of Street Fighter 6 content to come. Alright, so it goes without saying that this Year 4 DLC pack is a huge departure from what we've gotten before in previous years. This is the first time we are getting no returning characters in Street Fighter 6. No original World Warriors, nobody from Street Fighter 3 or the Alpha series. It's 3 original characters which we haven't actually gotten since Aki's release back in Year 1, and the infamous Tifa. And I think it goes without saying that Tifa alone is going to bring new players into the game. I think Tifa alone is going to make Street Fighter 6 hit new record concurrent player numbers. I mean, I think it goes without saying Tifa is an incredibly famous character. I know a lot of people probably love her for her amazing story and personality. I can't even say that with a straight face, but you know, people are going to play the game because of her. She's just really popular, especially amongst Italians. Tifa was actually rumored to be a Tekken character for many years, since around the Tekken 7 release time. The Tekken community had been asking for Tifa for a long time, and I'm pretty sure Namco was actually in talks with Square Enix to get Tifa into the game. But as we can see, she's not in Tekken 8, and she's actually coming to Street Fighter 6. And I know there's one content creator who I absolutely love, and that's FeedyX, one of the GOAT content creators. He released this thumbnail a couple of hours ago on his YouTube channel. My Tekken dream is dead, and I know he's big sad, and I also know that our boy Michael Murray over on Tekken is probably big mad at this announcement. So before I get into my thoughts about this DLC pack, let's take a look at what some people are saying in the Street Fighter community. So here's the announcement on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Reactions have been mixed to this DLC pack. So you got some people saying this is so ass, you have some people saying wow, it's insane, and then of course the Makoto and Sakura fans looking at Tifa being real sad, and I kind of agree with that. I was somebody who wanted Makoto in the game. I think she's a cool character, but I'm not exactly disappointed with this announcement. But we'll get into my thoughts a little bit later. Let's see some other reactions. Probably the worst season reveal of modern fighting games. I've never seen a lineup this bad in my life. Good joke, guys. Where's the real roster? What the hell was that? Peak Simpsons meme. I love The Simpsons. You know, where are these characters? And this is probably my favorite reaction so far. The strongest Italian woman of today versus the strongest Italian woman in history. Marissa and Tifa. And this is a peak tweet for me. They're my favorite reaction of them all. Tifa is Italian? That's not the joke, man. But yeah, I mean, reaction has been really mixed. I think also this character, I can't even remember his name off the top of my head. Arjun, I think it was, saying that we didn't get all of these original characters, Balrog, Claw, Q or G, Buki, Makoto, but we got this guy in the game. So yeah, reaction has been really mixed. Now, regardless of how you feel about the actual characters themselves, there is one negative thing that I think is a objectively bad thing about this Year 4 pass. We're looking at the Ultimate Pass here. I apologize for all the Japanese. I do live in Japan, so I don't know how to change this on my page, but whatever. So this Year 4 pass, it's the same price as previous years. Right now here, for me, it's 4,600 yen. But if you look at what's actually included, we are not getting a new stage with this Year 4 pass, which is different from the previous years where we got at least 1, if not 2 new stages sometimes. This time we are getting 0. So we're getting the same 4 new characters as the previous years, with colors and things like that, but no new extra stage for the exact same price as what we paid in previous years. So we're getting less for the same money, and I think that's a huge L for Capcom this time. I think this really is not in good faith. They should have made it a little bit cheaper or given us something extra, something new in addition to a stage if for some reason they couldn't do anything. And this really makes me lose a little bit of confidence as to what the future brings for this game. Does that mean we're going to be getting even less content? They already announced that they're not going to be continuing and updating the World Tour with the new characters. So we're not getting any more World Tour content for the more casual players. We're not getting any more stages for both casual and tournament players, but they're charging us the same price. I don't know, man. That's not good. I don't really like this. So I think this is a really big mistake on Capcom's part, and this is just not a good look. I know a lot of people think I'm probably really positive about this game because I like it, which is true, but this sucks. I think this is just really bad overall. So let me apologize for the poor image quality here. I found this post on Reddit. It's translated from the Japanese site. I went to the Street Fighter Japanese site, but I couldn't really find this info, so here it is, machine translated for you. So Yasmin, the first character coming out in August, she's a high schooler hailing from the Philippines, and she joins the fight to search for her long-lost brother. Despite her shy and gentle demeanor, Yasmin beams with confidence whenever she uses her crescent-shaped karambit knife to dance around her opponents at high speed just like her Lolo taught her. So she's going to be the first character, yeah, from the Philippines, probably using some traditional martial arts. And interesting, she uses a knife. Maybe she'll be a more weapon-based fighter, kind of like Lily, so it could be something kind of unique to the game. Next, coming up in autumn 2026, we have Arjun, who uses extraordinary lung capacity combined with yogic breathing to unleash explosive power with his unique bare-knuckle yoga techniques. I don't know what it is with Street Fighter and their obsession with like yoga people from India, but it seems like they're continuing the Delsum trend with this, so we'll see how he plays. It could be interesting. And then next, of course, the famous Tifa coming in early 2027. She's a highly skilled practitioner of Zangan Ryu martial arts and a member of the Avalanche Resistance Group. During her journey with her companions, she's unexpectedly transported to another world where she encounters and bonds with new fighters. Tifa excels in close-range combat, combining martial arts techniques with unique powers called abilities. That's an original name, and we'll see how this goes. I think this is a good opportunity for the dev team to kind of spread their wings and try some new things and bring in new mechanics, and to make Tifa a kind of unique fighter that plays in a different way than everybody else. And last, of course, from the World Tour Story Mode, we have Bosch coming in spring 2027. Bosch departed his home nation of Nashal to pursue the true meaning of strength and eventually wins the Sacred Martial Arts Tournament. His travels brought him to Metro City, where he trained under Luke to incorporate modern combat methods into the ancient techniques of Nashal's warrior faith. Of the four characters, is the one I'm the least interested about just in terms of his visual design. Again, I didn't play the World Tour mode, so I don't really know much about Bosch himself, but for the new characters, Arjun is the one I'm most curious about. I like the big-bodied, but Yasmin and Tifa also look like they could be pretty cool, but for me, I'm just really happy they're bringing in new characters into the game, because like I said in the beginning of this video, the only new character we've gotten in Street Fighter 6 since like the Year 1 DLC was released was Aki. We've had no new Street Fighter characters, and that's barring Mai and Terry, who are guest characters. But we haven't gotten any new original Street Fighter characters since Year 1. So I think it's great that we're getting new characters this time, regardless of how they play. And while I'm happy we're getting 3 new characters, I can't lie and say that I'm not a little bit sad that we're not getting some of my favorite older characters that haven't returned yet. Characters like Makoto, Ibuki, Urien. You know, I really would have liked to see those characters, especially Urien. He's my favorite Street Fighter character, so I would have liked to see that. So I am a bit disappointed, but I don't think it's a bad call moving forward, because I think the most important thing for fighting games right now in 2026 is to expand their user base, and more importantly than just expand it, to bring in young players. And these legacy characters, I mean, for those of us who have been around for the fighting game community for a long time, yes, those characters have a special place in our heart. But for a lot of like young people like younger than 20 or in their early 20s, I don't think most people have that much of a connection with a character like Makoto or Q or Urien or like Ibuki or something like that, or even like Cody or Dan from the older games, because they don't really know who those characters are anymore, and they don't really have too much of a social presence in the online scene right now in terms of like famous video game characters. Again, for really young people. So I think it's just good to bring people in with new characters. I think it's a good opportunity for them to try something, to kind of experiment, give something else a try. And then for me, I think maybe, you know, a lot of people will probably disagree with me, but I think it's kind of bad to always fall back on old characters that we've done like so many times before. I think if you want to play those characters, you can go back to older games, play them, enjoy them the way they are, rather than just have them new. Because, for example, look at Sagat, right? They brought Sagat back to Street Fighter 6, they changed his playstyle, and a lot of legacy Sagat players were really disappointed because he didn't play exactly the same way he always used to play in games like Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter 4, and to an extent Street Fighter 5. He's not really like the zoner, like DP anti-air character anymore. He's like an up-close brawler who just like takes plus frames. So I think it's better to have 3 original characters rather than just to bring back a legacy character, change their playstyle, kind of anger the old legacy players and kind of risk having like bad reception that way. I think it's just better overall to just bring in some new characters, get some new feeling into the game, and try to move into a different direction. I think is more interesting and exciting, at least for me as a fighting game player. I like it when things move in a new direction rather than giving us kind of the same thing we've always had before. But again, that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. Is this reveal good for you? Is it bad? I kind of like it. I don't love it. I just think it's a good idea overall. So we'll see how it goes. And I'm excited to try out these characters when they drop. And I'll be making guides and content for them when they do. So I hope you look forward to that. But anyways, guys, if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps me so much as a content creator. And thank you as always for watching this video. See you guys in the next one. Peace.